Good morning. This is cause number 2021-01740 in the interest of Jordan Lee Britton. All parties and witnesses, please raise your right hands to be sworn. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
All right, ma'am. Please state your name and your relationship to the child.
Tony Harrison, and I'm the mother.
Representing the Attorney General, State of Texas.
Kavita Sharma.
Yes.
Court will note that Antonio Britton is the non-custodial parent father. He was served under Texas Rules of Civil Procedure 106 on September 10th, 2022 at 11:01 a.m. at 17050 Imperial Valley Drive, apartment 176 in Houston, Harris County, Texas. He's not filed an answer or made an appearance. Is that correct, Ms. Sharma?
That is correct, Your Honor.
We'll proceed by default.
Yes, Judge. The state also has a DNA test report stating that Jeremy Randolph is excluded as the biological father. This case is involving Antonios Britton.
You want to admit that in evidence as State's Exhibit 1, I will mark it such.
Yes, Judge. I would like to ask you to admit that DNA test result into evidence, State's Exhibit 1.
Ms. Harrison, have you had an opportunity to look at this test report?
Yes, sir.
You have any objections of me admitting it into evidence?
No, sir.
All right, State's Exhibit 1 is admitted.
Yes, Judge. And I would like to call Tonette Harrison, the mother. Ms. Harrison, are you currently married?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you married to Jeremy Randolph?
Yes, ma'am.
And according to the DNA test results, Mr. Randolph is excluded as the biological father of the child. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And who are you telling the court is the father of your son?
Antonius Britton.
And is there a possibility that anyone else could be the father at the time of conception?
No, ma'am.
And are you asking the court to establish a legal relationship between Mr. Britton and your son and name him as the biological father?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you also asking the court to name you and Mr. Britton as joint conservators of your son?
Yes, ma'am.
And who does your son live with?
Me, his mother.
And are you asking the court to name you as the conservator to continue to establish the child's primary residence?
Yes, ma'am.
And when was the last time Mr. Britton had any communication or contact with your child?
4 years.
And how old is your child now?
4.
And are you asking the court to establish some periods of possession initially modified?
Yes.
And are you asking for 12 of those periods to be supervised by Anthony Harrison?
Yes, ma'am.
And who is Anthony Harrison?
My father.
And after these visits, these modified visits are complete, are you asking the court to establish standard visitation every other weekend with the father and the child?
Yes, ma'am.
And where would you like these exchange of the child to take place?
At Thomas R. Wilson Park.
Is that at 500 Greens Road in Houston, Harris County?
Yes, ma'am.
And as far as you know, is that park open every day from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m.?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you know where Mr. Britton is currently employed?
No, ma'am.
Do you know if he has any other children?
Yes, ma'am.
How many children does he have?
3.
And all of those children are under the age of 18?
Yes, ma'am.
So are you asking the court to set child support and medical support based on minimum wage?
Yes, ma'am.
And how is your child covered under health insurance currently? Does your child have health insurance, Ms. Harrison?
Medicaid.
Okay.
Yes, he has Medicaid.
Thank you. Are you asking the court to order Mr. Britton to reimburse that at $28 a month to begin January 1?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you agree to pay half of any uncovered health costs?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you asking the court to set current child support to begin January 1 at $164 a month?
Yes, ma'am.
And your child was born August 31st of 2018?
Yes, ma'am.
And you said Mr. Britton hadn't seen the child since then, but has he provided any direct financial support since that time?
No, ma'am.
Are you asking the court to set retroactive child support from August 31st, 2018 until today in the amount of $9,292 against Mr. Britton?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you asking the court to order that he pay that judgment in the amount of $97 a month to begin January 1?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you asking the court to bill court costs to Mr. Britton?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you asking the court to keep your address confidential in this order?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any domestic violence issues or any reason that your address should be confidential from Mr. Britton?
No, ma'am.
So why is the reason that you're asking the court to keep your address confidential?
Because it's my mother's house. I live with my mom, so I want to respect her house.
Okay, and have you had any reason for your current husband, Jeremy Randolph, to not know where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you have any protective order or criminal charges with him that would warrant that your address be kept confidential?
Yes.
And if Mr. Randolph knows where you live, would that cause you or the child any harm, abuse, harassment, or injury?
Yes, ma'am.
And have you read and signed this order today?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you asking the court to approve it?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Ms. Harrison. Judge, I pass this witness.
All right, the court will approve the order submitted. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. May we be excused?
Yes.
Thank you, Ms. Harrison. You're free to go. Have a good day.
You too. Thank you.
Hello?
Yeah, just a
Yes.
moment, sir.
I'll be with you.
This is Marcus Richardson.
This is cause number 2022-23871 in the interest of Kingsley and Aiden Richardson. All parties and witnesses, please unmute yourself and raise your right hand to be sworn. Unmute yourself, Ms. Scott, please. Press *6 on your phone. There we are. Raise your right hands to be sworn. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yep.
Ms. Scott?
Yes.
All right, ma'am. Please state your name and your relationship to the children.
Natasha Scott. I am the mother.
Sir, your name and your relationship to the children.
Marcus Richardson, her father.
All right. And representing the state of Texas Attorney General's office.
Luis Regla.
All right, the court will note father filed an answer. Request for court hearing is currently present. What are we doing today, Mr. Rickla?
Yes, Judge, we have a custody dispute in this case, and I'm requesting that this case be referred to district court and mediation with the DRO, Dispute Resolution Office.
Where are the children living right now, Ms. Scott?
They stay with me.
Okay, and Ms. Scott, you're asking for custody of these children, is that correct?
What?
Yes, I
See?
am. And I
what
do
for?
have an attorney that on that.
What, after 12 years?
Wait, sir. I'm not talking to you right now, okay? Ms. Scott,
Okay, then.
Ms. Scott, are you asking for custody of these children?
Yes, sir, I am.
All right, then I have to transfer this case to the 310th District Court and DRO mediation is ordered. Anything further, Mr. Regla?